Hello everybody at Toyota Wallingford. This is Deanna, your coach with Phone Ninjas, and today I'm going to be reviewing with you your reporting for the month of February. Now getting started here, a 3.47, nice work just staying above that 3.0 mark. Really, we want to get to that 4.0 mark and stay there, especially since Heather and Cheryl have been on staff for a while now. Haley is still new and she's still learning the script. Last month, most of our interactions were over one-on-ones, but she did have one call that she had. So we do want to really try to get as a dealership to a 4.0 mark and keep that as our benchmark. And as a team, and this is something that I'm hearing consistently, and I've covered this in our one-on-ones as well, is we want to make sure that we're focusing on this qualifying step, whether it's with the generic script or the specific script. We want to make sure that we're taking some time to either ask 3 to 5 qualifying questions if we're using the generic script, or if we're using the specific script, we just want to say something positive about the vehicles. We want to generate buzz and urgency around the vehicles, and we want to take some time to inquire about other vehicles. And then some easy points here is we just want to be consistent with covering directions on every call. Now we also want to make sure that all of our calls are being reviewed in a timely manner. Cheryl did a great job reviewing all of her calls from the month of February. Heather still has her calls to review, and Haley has her one call to still review. And we want to make sure that we're getting into a good habit here of reviewing our calls pretty soon after they're emailed over, within 24 to 48 hours. The idea there is just that the customer, that Haley, Heather, and Cheryl get the feedback and they're able to apply the feedback to their next calls. So we just want to make sure that we are taking that time to, get that feedback. Now we did have some appointments that were set last month. Heather set an appointment, Cheryl set an appointment. It doesn't look like anyone showed up or purchased the vehicle, but if they did, we want to make sure that we're documenting that. And I'm going to show you how to do that again. So in this call right here, Heather set an appointment. So once she reviews it, we just want to mark here, did they show up for their appointment? Did you sell the customer a vehicle? Change that to a yes if they did, just by clicking the little gray spot, and then just click submit when you're done. Also, on a monthly basis, we want to make sure that we're maintaining 100% certification status. So when everyone started, and I've covered this with everybody, but when they start with 100% because they go through and they watch all the videos. But as I score a call, if they score below a certain percentage, we want to make sure that we're touching base there and we're going back and getting recertified. So Haley has some videos, Heather has some videos, and Cheryl is 100% certified. So she is doing a great job there staying on top of those videos. The next thing I'm going to take a look at under reports is we're going to take a look at the call quality report. So hang tight for a sec. All right, so that report has been discontinued. So what I'm going to do here is just manually go back here, and you can actually do this anytime you want to kind of compare. You can always change the date range here. And so we want to take a look at January, and so we're going to just change that here, click apply, and you can see how we actually saw like a really big improvement last month from January. So we saw a 0.4 improvement. So really nice work. It was just Cheryl being coached in the month of January, but with Heather and Cheryl showing some improvement, we really saw a nice increase there. So we just want to continue to keep that momentum up. So you'll see here that the reporting looks a little bit different. If you want to do your call tracking and do some monitoring reports based on some of the other options that we have, you can definitely track that here, and then you just can see how this looks a little bit different than it has in years past. But what we want to do is take a look now at your dealership rank by score, and this compares you to 223 dealerships, and right now Toyota of Wallingford is ranked number 98, so you're in our top 50%. Nice job there. We want to ultimately work towards getting up here to this top 4. Again, we have our top 4 dealerships contest, and so every month we take our top 4 dealerships and put them into a drawing, and at the end of the year we'll pick a name from the hat, and that dealership, whoever gets picked, that person will win, or that dealership will win a trip to Hawaii paid for by Phone Ninjas. And so just continue to work. The more times you're in the top 4, the more times you are entered into this contest. And as you can see, when it comes to inbound, getting up close to a perfect score is the way to go. But it's just something to work towards. And then, in addition to the top dealership contest, we also have the perfect score contest as well. So every month we take our top 4 dealerships, put them into a drawing, and then at the end of the quarter, I misspoke. Every time a sales representative gets a perfect score, we put them into a drawing, and at the end of every quarter, we put a name into the hat, and that individual who gets picked gets a trip to Hawaii paid for by Phone Ninjas. Now, something else that we offer here is we do have our top dealership contest, misspoke. We do have our advertising report. So this is where you're able to take a look and see the advertising source code. So when we're asking the customer, how'd you hear about our dealership, or where'd you see this vehicle advertised? We actually keep track of that. So you can see how your advertising sources are being used. So we just, this is another resource that you have to look as well. We have a lot of people on the internet. We definitely want to ask, is it AutoTrader? Is it Cars.com? Is it a Car Guru? We always want to try to get that specific website. But as you can see, we had folks on the radio, someone who just Googled. We had a repeat customer, which you guys are always really great at getting people to come back, whether they're service customers or their previous customers. Dealership website, manufacturer, so someone was on the Toyota website, and then also someone who drove by and saw a vehicle. Also, something else that we have here is we have a hold time report, and we can actually coach your operators. It doesn't cost anything different. We just do it in addition to coaching your sales representative. And this just what we do here is we just want to make sure that operators are setting the sales representatives up for success. So are they answering the call using a positive phrase? Do they have the call answered within 10 seconds? Were they enthusiastic? Were they helpful? And was the call transferred over within 20 seconds? And if the call is going to be on hold for longer than 20 seconds, are we jumping back on the line before we get to that 20-second mark and touching base with the customer? And so right now, your average hold time is almost a minute. And you can see our overall dealership average hold time is 28 seconds. And so there's definitely some room for improvement here on getting the sales representatives and Cheryl, Heather, and Haley on the phone quicker with the customer. Because really, if the customer's on hold for a couple minutes and then they talk to a sales representative, they're already kind of annoyed because they've been on hold for so long. So we just want to make sure that we're setting the sales representatives up for success there. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me. My contact information is right up here. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.